to see, the insulation that goes in, and to be able to kind of look at it and the thickness and see the panels being built, and knowing that it's really engineered to the millimeter. We knew about it, but to see it was very cool. I am Cynthia. I live in Somerville, Massachusetts. I host a podcast about the science and history of food called Gastropod, and I'm definitely a city person.
And I'm Tim. I'm a software company executive, and I teach entrepreneurship at Tufts University here in Medford, Somerville, where our beautiful house is.
We now, very happily, as of this summer, so it's more than 6 months, we live in a Unity farm that was built on a small urban lot.
We happened to find this single family on a small lot only a block away from where the new subway was opening. So really unusual opportunity for the city. And our original plan was to renovate that, but it was quite old and pretty poor quality home. And we ended up getting to the point where it would have been cost prohibitive to renovate. And we still wouldn't have gotten what we wanted in terms of the quality of the house and the way we want to live in it. So we were a little bit depressed for a while, I think. But then we found Unity, and we were skeptical at first if the process that Unity uses would be possible here in the city and in our lot with our tiny street and traffic and everything. I remember us talking one night, and I said, it's a shame. There's so many interesting things happening. And I said, like, for example, if we were out in the countryside, we could use off-site construction, and there's all these interesting things. And Cynthia said, well, have you looked into it? Is that possible?
And Tim said, they'll never be able to get it down the street. And I said, shouldn't we ask them if they can get it down the street? Like, maybe we shouldn't decide that for them. And that's when we started looking and realized that panels could really be a great option. One of the most exciting things was seeing it go up. It was amazing. The crane is picking up the pallets and, lifting up, and then slotting them in. And you see, the workers kind of like tapping it just to get it right in place. And so on Monday morning, there was a hole in the ground. And by Thursday, I could walk up to the second floor.
The fact that we were able to get the majority of the most disruptive part, right, that exterior construction, was over in a matter of days. But I think for the sake of our neighbors, that played a huge role in kind of keeping the neighbors happy and, allowing us to then focus on the interior, which would be less destructive. We were a little bit anxious at the beginning, thinking that having some designs as a starting point would be limiting in terms of, being able to be really creative with how you put the house. We actually found that it was liberating, because if you start with just a big blank sheet of paper, that's actually almost harder.
We could have done the renovation, but we wouldn't have had a new foundation. We wouldn't have had a basement that Tim can actually stand up in, which is amazing. And to get the level of quality and insulation and efficiency and windows, and all these things, and all the, it's a fully electric house, and so all the systems that we wanted, solar panels, which just went up this week, and the fact that we don't have any other major bills except our electricity bill, it's like shockingly affordable.
So we wanted something that gave us the maximum amount of usable space, but with the smallest footprint. And the Varm being, a nice rectangle with two full stories, allowed us to meet that objective. And the Varm having that sort of simple modern farmhouse aesthetic, the gable end style, fit really well with the neighborhood. So it doesn't look out of place. It doesn't look like a modern house was dropped in a area with some history. Yet we chose some elements that make it modern. Being able to see the process and see the thought that goes into everything from the design piece all the way to delivering the unit was a major factor, I think, for us, really having that confidence that this was the right way for us to go. And we have so many people that we've met in the neighborhood now. People are walking their dogs or going up and down the street, and they'll stop and ask us about the house that we had never met before, because people are really excited. They think it's a beautiful design, and they're curious about the process. So it's brought brought the neighborhood together in a fun way.